Brant, we talked a little bit last week about the Lions, kind of where they stack up, their schedule, and all of that. But this week, I want to really get into the NFC North and who poses the biggest threat to the Lions. And so, let's just quick rundown. New head coach in Chicago, Ben Johnson, former offensive coordinator for the Lions. You've got Caleb Paint Your Fingernails Williams at quarterback, all that drama. Glad that's not in Detroit. You got Green Bay, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Matt LaFleur. Look, Green Bay has never been a scrub in the NFL. That's just, they're going to be a perennial, just be in there. They may annoy you, whatever. It's a good football team. And then you got the Minnesota Vikings, a very good coached football team. And Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores as the defensive coordinator there, J.J. McCarthy. Yes, it's his second year, but it's really year one of him being a starting quarterback after Sam Darnold shifts out to Seattle. And so I want to know from you, Brent, because you talk around the league and people will say the NFC North could be the best division in football. What are your thoughts on that, A? And B, who do you feel like poses the biggest threat to the Lions in the NFC North and why?
I don't think the NFC North is quite the best division in football yet. I still think it's the AFC West, and maybe the NFC North maybe comes in second or third at that point, but I still truly like the AFC West a little bit better than what I'm getting out of the NFC North right now. Secondly, I know it's the Packers. Like I'm completely sold. It's the Packers right now. I think we have to take a wait and see approach with JJ. I think he's going to be just fine in this league. However, health concerns, those are fair. I don't think there's any way around that. And then the Caleb Williams situation, Dave. I think it's a complete disaster that he didn't play in that preseason game. Why was he not? Every NFL quarterback pretty much played this last weekend. That's not like an absolute A+ starter right now. Even some of the guys that are guaranteed starters right now were playing this past weekend. Obviously, Caleb needs the reps, and Ben Johnson came out and talked about, he's, we're still working on some things. That is a massive indicator that things are not going well in Chicago right now. I think Chicago is headed for an absolute dumpster fire this season. I don't think Ben Johnson likes Caleb Williams. I'm not sure Caleb Williams likes Chicago. I'm not sold on anything that they have right now. Give me Jordan Love in the pack. I think this Packers defense is once again reloaded through free agency. They're disgusting. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Josh Jacobs has an absolute resurgence last year coming through with them. And one of the things that I think Detroit needs to be wary of is this schedule is going to get tougher than it was last year, Dave, in my opinion. I absolutely think that this division is better. Even though the Vikings go 15-2 last year, Detroit had their number, 14-3 or whatever they ended up. I just think that this division could be a tad bit better, and that this Detroit Lions schedule is tougher.
Brant, who's the best quarterback in the NFC North? You got Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, and J.J. McCarthy. Who's the best quarterback?
Jared Goff.
Okay. Best running backs: Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. I mean, I don't need to go through them all. You've got Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift in Chicago, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, give me Detroit.
It's not close. I mean, that to me, it's not close. Wide receivers: Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know I'm going offense right now, but
yeah, give me the Vikings.
St. Brown, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, give me the
Sam
Vikings.
Laporta. Vikings. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Jordan Addison missing a few games though.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in football, and T.J. Hawkinson's been banged up. Look, I think what will really be the turning point here, not even the turning point, but what will determine the season is how Morton does as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how much of this, Brant, was Ben Johnson and his magic and all of his, scheming up things. Or can this Lions offense kind of continues as is, and Dan Campbell kind of being the guy behind the scenes here? That's like my big question mark, because I do feel like on defense, I think what you said about the Packers is true. The Bears don't have a slouch of a defense though, and the Vikings, to me, Brian Flores, out of all of these defensive coordinators, he's the best of them. And so I think where Detroit kind of stacks up to that is kind of it remains to be seen, right? Like Kelvin Shepard, I think Shep's going to be a good defensive coordinator. He may need a year. I mean, these guys don't come in and it's just elite day one. And so I think there may be a little bit of an adjustment period there. And even if it's the same system, it's a different voice in the room. But what do I feel good about? I feel good about Aiden Hutchinson being back. I feel good about Brian Branch being there, about Kirby Joseph, about all of these guys, man. About on the defensive line, I feel good. And so to me, I can talk myself into the Lions being NFC North champions again. You get a Liam McNeil back too. I'm sorry, that was another name, DJ Reader. I can talk myself into it. It's not a home run. You know what I mean, dude? Like, I felt like last year, when we went into last year and coming off the loss to the 49ers in the NFC Championship and that magical season and kind of how it fizzled out and ended so sadly, I felt like going into last year, I was like, look, we got all the pieces. We've got all of the pieces, offense, defense, but you brought back both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. That was a big piece of this thing. Both those guys leave now. And so I think we tend to, when they come back, we get excited. When they leave, then we kind of hyper-focus on the players that stayed. I need to see how these coordinators coach. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. And as we kind of get further into the season of the season of Garage Takes, which, by the way, if you're listening right now for the first time, do us a huge favor, hit that like, follow, subscribe button, and comment down below about the Detroit Lions. You're a Michigan football fan? Subscribe to the channel. This is what we do here. But let us know what you guys think, because we're going to be here all season. And I guess, Brant, my final question to you is this. Do the Lions win the NFC North? If they do, why? And if they don't, why not?
I mean, this is such a shot in the dark, Dave. We know how this division goes, and we know how long the NFL season is. I'm going to go with they don't win the division this year. I think they do get a wild card spot. I don't think that they're in any danger of missing the playoffs. Like I said, I think we had them slated at 10 or 11 wins. However, I think that's good enough for a wild card, and I think that the reason they don't win the division, I think the Packers win this division, and I don't think they win it going away. I think they potentially end up with 12 or 13 wins, but I see potentially the Lions maybe going 3-3 in their division games. I definitely could see that as a possibility.
Who's the team? So I'm going to push you just a little bit further. You said if they don't win the division, who wins it? Vikings, Bears, Packers.
Yeah, I thought I said that. I said the Packers.
Sorry, I missed it. I missed it. So you think the Packers? So for me personally, it's the Vikings. I think they pose the biggest threat. It is, and I understand part of it. People that listen to the channel be like, it's because JJ's the quarterback over there. No, I just feel like JJ is put in a position to be successful right now with the best, and Brant, you said it, of that position group and the wide receivers and TJ Hawkinson at tight end, all of that put in a position to be successful. They've got all the pieces and the defense is there. For me, it's the Vikings that pose the biggest threat. Now, with that being said, would it surprise me at all if the Lions repeat again as NFC North champions? No, it won't. But do I think it's the toughest division in football? No. But one of the toughest divisions in football? Absolutely yes. Guys, hop into the comments section down below. Let us know what you guys think about this NFC North division. Where do the Lions stack up? Who's their biggest threat and why? Let us know. We'll see you guys on the next episode.